I'm in. I got you.
Yes, yes. We are back. And here it is, the Danger Zone podcast. We got somewhere in the, we don't see him, but here it comes. Who we got?
We got Big Suge, Gifted with Explicit,
Mr. DL and
Chef Tanya Nicole.
Nice. And we say it to you, Chef Tanya Nicole. Welcome back. You know what I mean?
Thank you very much. I hope everyone had a really good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man. You know, did you eat a lot?
I didn't eat a lot, but I ate a lot of different stuff. My sister's mother-in-law cooked, so.
Do you have a go-to? Do you have a favorite food that you like on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, my mom makes this tomato. We call it tomato thing, but it's kind of like a bruschetta without the basil. It's like tomatoes and a lot of garlic. So if you don't like garlic, you're not gonna like it. And then we eat it with like fresh bread.
Okay, yeah. I like garlic sprinkled in, but I don't like it. I don't like it heavy. Makes for kind of makes for a bad strange bedfellow. But anyway, now that garlic breath, like yo, I'm trying to tell you.
Should we let Rhea in, or should we wait for a little bit?
She could come in. Hey D.
Yo.
What about you, man? Did you eat a bit, or what was you doing?
I didn't eat a lot. No, I went to my mom's house for like an hour. About it. Yeah, I didn't do much.
So how many plates do you have? Just one?
Yeah, just one.
Did you eat there, or you took food home?
No, I ate there.
Oh, okay. So you went home. You was like, are you a turkey dude? Like you eat turkey?
Yeah, I like turkey. My sister cooks.
Oh, okay.
She makes mom food.
She made who?
She makes mom food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The sister's a really good cook.
Yeah, man. We always do that cooking. I make my dishes, man. All that. And there was about 15, 16 people over, family. You know what I mean? And I'm making them yams and all that other stuff, and yeah, it was good, man, good. And because even for those who celebrate and those who don't, like I said, it's still a time, like nobody's really working, and so it's a chill time, and whether you're with family or whether you're just chilling, it's still all good. So, but yeah, what's good?
What do you think about people getting assassinated on the streets of New York City?
Oh my God!
Damn. So is this something as of late?
You didn't hear about this?
Nah, actually no.
What? So this morning at like 6 a.m., the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, was assassinated in the middle of the street by a gunman who was waiting for him. He dressed so you couldn't see him. He disappeared into an alley in 6th Avenue, and then got on one of those e-bikes that wasn't secured, and disappeared into Central Park. And I'm talking about this guy's worth like $1 billion, and someone just walked up behind him and just killed him, shot him. Not only that, this guy was definitely a professional, because this is like some Jason Bourne shit. The guy comes up behind this guy from 30 feet, shoots him in the heart, one shot, boom, right? Shoots him in the heart. The guy turns around and, obviously he's dying, but is not that dead yet. Turns around, sees the guy. The guy's fucking with his gun. He's like fucking with his gun like this. You can see him like fucking with it.
Right.
Then he points at him again and shoots him. And what people are saying is he was screwing the silence. Something happened to his silencer. Now, let me tell you something about silencers. Silencers aren't that easy to come by. I don't care what hood you live in.
Right.
They're not easy to come by. And so this guy shoots with a silencer, drops his phone on purpose, and drops some other things, disappears into an alley, and jumps on one of those e-bikes, like the bikes you see around the city. You could
like a city bike.
Yeah.
Right.
Blue one.
It was already out, just happened to be not locked up. And he jumped up, because you usually have to swipe a card to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he jumped off that and disappeared into Central Park, and they're still looking for him. And everyone's like, "Oh, what an idiot! He dropped his phone." I'm like, "Nah, bro, he dropped his phone. He didn't want that shit on him because they obviously had this guy's information on it that he was going to kill."
Right. It's a burn, all that. They won't have to do. It's like when you said dudes is rich and they kind of bounced it around. That was like that Andrew Cunanan back in the day on the Versace murder.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
straight shot him. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm telling you,
I'm
nobody
in shock. I just closed my mouth. I didn't even know that happened.
said. I thought he was talking. I thought you were gonna talk about someone.
Nah,
Some,
crazy, like something you see in a movie.
some woman just robbed. I want to say it was a jewelry store or something on the low, or painting something, for $250,000, or maybe more than that. Maybe it was $1 million something. Find out where she's at. So it's people are just the world continues to be mad, and craziness keeps on happening. You know what I mean? But yo, what's up, Ree?
What's up, yo?
You know, I'm trying to see what I like.
You hear about this, Rhea? The Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, being assassinated in New York City.
I did hear about it. I just watched a blurb on the news on the internet
What is the
I-
internet saying?
that it was brazen, that it was an
Brazen.
assassination, and it was like shocking, like even for New York.
Okay, now what do we think why he got assassinated? Because he's the CEO of United Healthcare or because of his private life?
I'm gonna say someone else wants to be the CEO of United Healthcare.
I'm going to say a combination of both. You know what I mean? Because when somebody wants to assassinate, it's always for a reason. Nobody really assassinates someone and say, "Oh, I just wanted to like kill them for no reason." No, there's always something they had, whether twisted, whether planned, or whatever. Something like that.
Whether murder for hire.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
it's
that,
got to be, something like that. 3 shots, 3 entry holes. Like this guy, it wasn't just some guy shooting a gun. This was a fucking killer.
I mean, hey, you know what? And the thing is, people always need you. Well, you always should know they expect the unexpected, and the unexpected is always lurking all the time. People get lax for a second, and then boom, you know, and the person or people who knew that they could pull this off, like all this was known.
I
Oh, we're
got
gonna,
plots all in my head.
yeah, we're gonna do this like real quick, and this is how it's gonna go down. Gonna go ride through the damn park, whatever, go somewhere. He's probably long gone by now. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? You know, then they'll be looking for him like they're looking for Biggie and Tupac's killers. So
Yeah.
what it is, you know what I mean?
Well, they found Tupac's killer, so maybe there's hope.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, what, 30 years later?
Mm,
Ain't no statute of limitations on it.
there's so many possibilities of like who wanted him killed. You know what I'm saying? That could have been he was on some new policy where they weren't gonna cover some drug. You know, like it could
Well,
be any.
Here's Rocker, you hear me?
Yep.
Here's the problem with that too. Sometimes when it's dangerous and you know or have a feeling that there's something like that's going to happen, I'm trying to kill you or what have you, you're in a dangerous position, so you're going to be protected. You know, like the president walking around, whether it's Jay-Z or the next man, whatever that has
A
this.
bodyguard.
That dude was really laxed. You know what I mean? Because he was like not thinking anything was going to happen to him, obviously. You know what I mean? So it's tough. That's a tough situation, you know. But hey, we're here. And when I see the two-way glasses on my daughter, it must mean it's time for
Football, y'all.
yo. So Rhea. You know what I mean?
Yo.
Right about now, it's time for what? Time.
Real love,
There we go.
I'm talking about.
real love.
You know what I mean? You've been a couple of weeks out, so we had to put you back on the horse. You know what I mean? So Ree, how'd we do this week?
You did very well, and
Right.
Tanya also did very well. 13-3. Really, really good.
Mhm.
And DL was right behind with 12. And I have no idea what I'm doing, so I got 9.
So Tanya and I had 13-3.
Yep.
Okay, so what are our numbers right now?
So that brings you, Tanya is still in the lead, the 3-game lead with 125 and 70. Dad, you have 122 and 73. DL is 120 and 75, and I am 115 and 80. I am
Right.
10 games behind. I'm
Hey,
an entire week, and I have to get everything right.
we got 5. No,
A
we
lot
got
of
5.
pressure.
We got 5 weeks, so or 6 weeks, but there's 5 games left, basically. You know what I mean? So we can start it off over here. Let me know what's good.
All right. All right. So we got the Thursday game. We got the Packers at the Lions.
Phew, that's going to be a good game, but I'm going to have to say the Lions.
Me next, me.
Yes.
Lions for me.
Who's next? Who's next?
You,
Lions.
Tanya.
That would be Tanya.
Got the Lions too.
All right, 4 Lions, no Bears, no Tigers.
Or Packers. Next week, Sunday, 1 o'clock, Browns at the Steelers.
I'm going Steelers.
Yep, same.
Steelers.
Steelers for me. Steelers.
Tanya.
Steelers.
Next, Saints at the Giants.
Saints. When the Saints go marching.
Same, Saints for me. And I'm not just copying you because you're winning a lot.
It's
I
all right.
actually had it down. So
Giants.
I'm torn between this because they playing so sucky. I know. They're home. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna go Giants.
Mm. Go to New York for a holiday and you come back, man, vote for man. I tell you, I don't know what it is here.
Hey, you be rooting for your team too, so let's not throw rocks.
Yo, hold up. But you know what?
Let's not throw.
I only root for them because it's a chance and they lose the game by a couple of points. You know what I mean? If they get stung, I'm gonna really be like, oh man. Well, go ahead. What's up, Ree?
we got the Jets at the Dolphins.
Sure, that game's stupid. But I don't trust the Jets. I'm going Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins tend to beat the Jets when they play them.
Dolphins for me.
Tanya.
Dolphins.
Tanya, do the Dolphins sound. Do the Dolphins sound you do? Where's it at? It ain't coming.
It's not coming through. I don't know. Your ears must be broken. You might not hear dolphin.
No, because you had the flipper thing down. Now you got
Yo, you said
too.
yes.
nice.
She know. That's right. Don't ever swim with the dolphins, kid. You'll be like, why are they still following me? Hey,
I will not be
you'll be like, why are they still following me back to the hotel? Yo. Yo.
DL, you said the Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, just making sure.
it's good choice.
All right, we got the Jaguars at the Titans.
Titans.
I'm going with the Jaguars.
Mm.
I'll go Titans on that one, actually.
Titans.
All right. Falcons at Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings.
Vikings. Have you? Oh, go ahead, Tanya.
Oh, I said Vikings too.
Have
All
you
right.
got Vikings game on TV from Minnesota?
Huh?
Have you ever seen Vikings game from Minnesota on TV by any chance?
No.
I think I have over the. If you put all the.
Because they and that huge like Viking horn that they blare when they score a touchdown. You know what I'm talking about?
Plus they got the dome there too. That's the dome. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You do. All right, Rick.
We got the Panthers at the Eagles.
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 Yo, we might only have one different vote.
We got three so far.
Yeah.
You gotta love them Giants.
They're gonna pull through this week, right, DL?
They are. They're gonna pull right through the crack of mules.
Nah, they'll pull through. DL from DL and I, they all pull through this week. Watch.
They're gonna
They're
pull
playing at
through.
home.
And
We're
they're
about
gonna
to
pull.
devour.
They're gonna pull through the crack of a mule's ass. Well, go ahead,
We got the Raiders at the Bucks.
Bucks.
Bucks. Bucks for me.
Fuck. Bucks. Damn.
Yeah, Bucks. Some of these games are tough, and some of them are really easy.
I mean, the Raiders should have beaten KC last week.
The Raiders?
Yeah, there was a mistake. Dude,
Oh,
look, KC was even surprised they won. It was 19-7. They lost that game. But go ahead.
We got the 4 o'clock game. Seahawks at Cardinals.
Seahawks, even though they was having a bunch of fights in the locker room, but Seahawks.
Wow, yeah.
For me.
Why were they fighting, Big Sure?
I don't know, some differences with you know they won too, so I don't know why. I guess they have to dig a little more deep into that. Stupid man, you know.
Men.
The dude that's the quarterback.
Fire over a woman.
This dude who's the quarterback for the Seahawks, Geno Smith, used to play on the Jets. He was their quarterback, and he owed some money. I believe this was the story to a linebacker. I forget his name though, and the dude broke his jaw. He broke Geno Smith's jaw. I guess it was something went down. They was like, okay, oh really? Wow, broke his joint. They released the dude who broke his joint, who went to another team and kept playing, right? But he definitely broke dude's shit. And then he goes on to be. Geno's good in Seahawks. I mean, over there in Seattle. But man, I remember when that happened. It was a madness. All right, yeah. What's the next best pick?
Hold on. Wait. DL? Seahawks?
Yeah.
Tanya?
Seahawks.
Seahawks for you.
Neat.
Okay. Next, we got 425. We got the Bears at the 49ers.
Shit, they're decimated, man. But I'm gonna go 49ers, even though they kind of decimated.
Niners still gonna win that game.
Niners for me.
Yeah, it's at
Better
40.
climate.
Yeah, it's at Niners.
Yeah, I'll go 40.
Niners.
I probably would have went either way, actually.
Yeah, the motherfuckers got
Good.
they got some hurt dogs too.
You see, hold on a second.
Okay.
Watch the Lions game by any chance?
Nope.
Yeah, I
You
do.
see how many players were injured in the third quarter?
Mm.
They had 9 defensive players from the Lions injured in one quarter.
It was terrible.
Was that
And-
snow?
Ah,
They're my crush team for the season.
The snow was where I think San Francisco got smashed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, who were they
Bills.
playing? Oh, the
The-
Bills. That's
The
right. The New York.
Bills.
That's
Oh my
right, yeah.
God. They killed them, but it was like, yo, it's when it snows and the Bills play, it's like they're in their glory.
That's
Yeah.
that's the thing, man. You know, only time we were lucky one time we beat them 11 or some dumbass number because New England used to be that team too who could play in the snow.
Yeah. Yeah. But that game.
They obliterated them, and 2 players went down. San Francisco, McCaffrey, and man, terrible.
have you ever seen that many players get injured in not even in a quarter, in one game?
Nah, hey yo, to be honest with you,
That's a lot.
and to be honest with you, not on that level. Not even college.
9 players on one team. The Bears had some injuries too.
But yo, that shit. But that did happen on a Pop Warner team I was coaching. And one kid says,
Warner.
one kid, his name is Phil. Obviously, they're all grown now. He's a kid. He's like, hey man, this kid's crying all over the place all later because they were just getting knocked out one by one, and these kids was like 7, 8, 9. You know what I mean? Everybody been about 10 kids, man. And Bill's like, wow, they're all broke up and crying around here. You know what I
The
mean?
defensive coach must have been like, what am I going to do now?
Well, I was one of the coaches, but I was just like, man, these kids, man. It was just wild, man. It was just getting my kid, mind you, my kid was a bust. So a couple of guys he might have ran through. I don't know, but it is what it is, you know. All right, what we got next?
The second ring must be happy though.
Huh?
They get to play. I said the second ring must be happy because they get to play.
Well, in Pop Warner, like, so you got to rotate kids away, so everybody's supposed to play, like, so.
No, I was talking about the defense.
Oh,
team.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
On the Lions, like.
Yeah. That makes sense.
They're like, yo, we all get to play.
I wonder how many of them was that was their first NFL like starting like for NFL game. You know how like the second string usually just kind of sits for a while.
Yeah.
Like, this might have been a few of their starts.
The craziest thing is when you don't expect, like, because a lot of times those guys will go in the game and they might mess up right away or whatever, because the difference is you're not expecting it, even though you practice hard and do whatever. And no matter what, if you get in that game and you don't get it, you're still getting paid all that money you're getting paid.
Right.
So, like, yo, I'm not going in. All right, and then all of a sudden you got to go in, then it's on,
I don't know. They better have their Tom Brady mind on. Like, I might be Tom Brady. They might call me and I might be magnificent. I got to be on.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And never come off.
Tom Brady did do that to all these mid-level, mediocre quarterbacks. Like, if I just get my chance.
Hey, the thing is, with Tom Brady, obviously he was a different breed. Aaron Rodgers is showing that right now. Aaron Rodgers, like,
First,
he put the pressure on them older dudes. That's why Ben Roethlisberger said, man, forget that. He said, I'm retiring. I'm not trying to like play like this dude, because it's something that's an anomaly. It was just different, So I think I'm not even fooling myself with nothing. I really believe the dude probably could come right now and play. You know what I mean? This was a different kind of guy, man. Some of these, like, look at Aaron Rodgers, man. He's kind of falling off right in front of us. It's kind of.
who did you say could come and play right now?
Brady.
Brady?
Brady.
Oh, they said Tupac. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Trying that back, watch the podcast, see if it sounds like that.
Nah. Who you got next, Ree?
Next, we got the Bills at the Rams.
Bills.
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 Bills. Bills. All right. Sunday night, we got the Chargers at KC.
Ooh. Let me think now.
We say Chargers at KC, didn't we just say?
Chargers at KC.
Who was the last game? Sorry. Oh,
The
The
Rams.
Bills at the Rams.
Okay, yeah, Chargers. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm going KC.
KC,
AC.
KC.
D and JoJo.
All right. All right. Monday night, we got the Bengals at the Cowboys.
Bengals.
Cowboys for me.
I'm going Cowboys. I think they're going to pull it off somehow.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys.
All right. Cowboys it is. All right. Just so we all know the bye weeks, we got the Rams, the Broncos, Texans, Colts, Pats, and Commanders.
What
They're all on
about
byes. Say it again.
What did you say about the Rams?
Nothing.
You didn't.
I'm sorry. Ravens, not Rams.
Yeah.
Ravens, Broncos, Texans, Colts,
Yeah.
Pats, Commanders.
All right, cool. So that's good. Hey, the race continues on. Give us a call from 1 to 4. What are those numbers again?
Please. We got Tanya 125, Dad 122, DL 120, and me 115.
That's all good. We're gonna get it proper. We aim as all.
You staying or going?
Oh, he left. I'll stay.
Yeah.
I'll stay for until he comes back. represent.
What? Big Sugar?
Yeah, I don't know what he went.
All right, he's not gonna want to talk about this, so let's just talk about it.
Okay,
What you say?
he's back.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
The same federal prosecutors that prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell and we're gonna prosecute Jeffrey Epstein have joined the case against Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
I peeped that too. Like they like, damn, we want to really get him.
Diddy's,
Well, they didn't get any of those other people really, so like I don't know what they're gonna do now. They better do better.
Yeah, but you know what? Some of that shit is corny because
But Maxwell, I think she only got like 3 or 6 years. Like she didn't get that much.
yeah, but if you think about it too, right? So someone's saying they're joining in to help a prosecutor. Usually you might hear that on the defensive side, but they're like, we want to get the help to prosecute. That's because to me, it seems like some of these things are slippery, literally, right? No pun intended. Like, whereas they feel they need as much help as possible to go up against his situation. Also, meanwhile, his son, his youngest son, he was just hit with a lawsuit. I think it might have been about 26 something. No, maybe he's 26, but he was hit with a lawsuit of supposedly sexual harassment and, allegedly on a ship, a boat that was rented by P. Diddy for a party that woman who was in question said that it seemed to be like nothing but sex workers and what have you on this boat, which she might have been one too, for all we know. But she said it very quick.
Working on the boat.
She said it turned into a freaky situation, whatever. So it sounds like bullshit, but I mean, they brought it against him, so see what happens,
so
And,
Ghislaine Maxwell got, I don't know why, 240 months in jail, but is expected to be released in 5 years.
who?
Yeah.
Maxwell.
Well, the sex trafficker.
Oh.
He was sentenced, right? He was sentenced. And when she's released, whenever that is, it could be tomorrow, it could be in, what I say, 240 months. She'll have 5 years of supervised release in order to pay a $750,000 fine. So I'm sure she'll get more than that for whatever book she's going to write. But
Kelly just paid off. I guess he paid off some judgment because his revenue was some project with some music. His revenue was like $500,000, so it was enough to pay off one of the debts or something against him. But at the end of the day, like I always tell you, I don't never believe these guys we're not going to see these guys be really in jail for like 30 years. I don't think we're seeing that. But
bro,
I haven't seen it yet. But
when you're saying about those big court settlements and everything, I got to talk about this real quick. I heard this on the news and I was like, yo, a 60-year-old man went to the hospital because he was tired. Like he was tired all the time.
Yeah.
The doctors are like, oh, this has something to do with your penis. This isn't stupid as hell, I swear. This is not stupid as hell, I swear.
What?
They're like, it has something to do with your penis. We're going to give you these injections and they're going to help you out. And so they gave him these injections and it gave him an erection that wouldn't go away.
Right.
So he had to go in and have surgery and they like mangled his dick, right? Like, unusable. He said, you've destroyed my dick. And he was awarded $412 million. Now, at 60 years old, 70, what is this guy? 60 something years old. You're fucking years old, Shug. What do you think most people would pick? $412 million or their dick?
So
I think you would pick your dick.
Today's time and stuff.
You don't need a dick anymore to be a guy. That's what they say on TV.
And today's ways things are, man, and technology and everything. Trust me when I tell you that this dude's gonna get his $400, whatever it is, but he's also gonna be able to repair his private. You know what I mean? Like they're able to do that.
Angled.
He can just show that now, but they're gonna fix that. Like, I mean, come on, man. Your boy Wayne Bobbitt got his joint cut off, thrown out the window, retrieved by
Oh my
dogs,
God.
and they put it back on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
retrieved by dogs.
I
Could
don't know. I
tell,
think most people would still want their original body part. I don't
Yeah.
think they would take the money.
could tell the jury all men were like, no dick, give him 500 million.
You can get a fake one. You can get something connected. You can just that's gonna kind of shut to it.
No, I think anyone who like that's like your that means a lot to like nah, that's nah, he shouldn't get that money.
They'll figure something.
All right, my bad. I just had to bring that up. That was
Yeah.
that was
Also,
That was an interesting story.
I don't know if you heard it, but Roddy Rich had lost his. He had somebody had paid for the overdue storage unit, and it was dude's Grammy or whatever. But I'm saying you don't know you hit that, number one, and number two, this dude bought it, so that's all that shit was his. If they're talking about what they're gonna do to straighten that out, but that's like some dumbest shit ever. You know what I mean? Storage, and you let the storage lap on your gotta be your people because you making money, you gotta be working for them. And then someone buys it because when you go over your date with those storage units, they sell them off. You know what I mean? People bid, so it's kind of wild, man. But it is what it is.
yeah. The storage unit owner tried to extort him for $50,000.
After he had the storage unit,
Yeah.
they probably let me get that back. He said, "Sure, give me 50 grand." You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't give a fuck about a lot of things, but I think I'd at least have my house in a box or something.
Right.
Or
In a box?
Grammy.
In a box? In your house in a box? Like
No, I'm
Grammy?
saying if I won a Grammy, I would have it displayed. I'm just saying, even if I didn't give a fuck, I think I would still have it in my house somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense. But that shows you. It shows you. And one of the main things and the reason why I would do that is, hold on. The reason why I would do that is because how much I appreciate music and how much like the music I did, how much that would have meant to me. You know what I mean? So that definitely would be in my house or near or somewhere. Like now that in the crib, just because whenever I look at it, I'm like, damn, that's an accomplishment that can't be taken away. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
also, this is a football thing, but backup quarterback Tyrod Taylor's been in the league for time. He's going to court to get his out of his house. There's been that's happened before, where she won't move out of the house, but obviously he's not staying there because that's that situation. So he's going to court to get her removed, right? And I think what happens to these women is they live that lifestyle and everything's cool and they're loving it and think they probably found their gold mine, whatever. Then when it don't work out, they're like, damn, I ain't gonna have this. You know what I mean? So they do some dumb shit like you're not leaving his crib. Like, so eventually they're gonna get you out of there. I see that again with Shady Boy, another former player, where they're gonna get you out. I don't know why you're screaming and kicking, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, what do you think about that?
I don't know, man. Bitches be crazy, and dudes be.
Well said, Mr. Dio. Well said.
She's not famous enough to. I mean, I probably agree with what's going on here, but if I'm being fair, she's probably not famous enough to have her side even heard. So,
so now that we speaking incoming news, the shooter of course of the CEO is still at large as we spoke, and then the dude look kind of young too. The CEO that he clapped, I mean, it's like
see the size of that barrel and that silencer. What?
Yeah, that dude's at large. He'll be at large.
Dude, fucking I hate that this guy banged my wife shooting. This guy was ready to like. It was like that was an assassin.
Do you think that the fact that he left the silencer was a message? Like, I'm leaving this?
I'm not getting. First of all, you're not catching me with any of this on. You don't see my face as much as you think that you know who I am. You don't see my face, and I'm gonna go out on a limb, not being a conspiracy guy or anything. You're never gonna find out who this guy is. This
I don't.
is on that level of you're not supposed to know who he is.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll find out either. You know what I mean? Everything.
Someone in the most populated place. You know what I mean? Like it looked like he shot outside the building. He shot him outside in New York. You know you're being filmed. 100%.
And people of that, of that ilk, is a different animal. Me, long a few hours later on, he changed his clothes. Trust me, and sat down, eating and everything else, and not thinking of what that. That's what he does. Like whoever that person.
Talk about it.
What did you say, Dale?
Is watching us talk about it. Like
Word.
that's a real. That's not a gangland shooting. That's not a gangster. That guy. He's not a gangster that shot this guy. That's a fucking assassin. Like straight up. That's a real motherfucking. That's the guy who show up at 2:00 in the morning and sweep a whole block by himself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
The danger zone.
yeah. Like
I mean, think about it. It's like that Black Mass movie, and the dude Moderano, who was like a hitman.
Yeah.
Be eating nuts, chilling, ever, and then he just going to kill people and kept it moving like it was nothing. Let him back out. They let him back out of jail, but he was doing years, but like I think to like 20 bodies.
It's crazy, like what they'll put you in jail for. Like, yeah, you should whatever, but the years they give you for certain things. Like I said on the podcast before, I knew a friend who killed someone in self-defense, and he took like 15 years, bro, and he did every fucking day of it. Then I knew another friend who was drinking and driving and ran someone over, killed him, fled the scene, and they gave him 7 months. So I'm just like, I can't wrap my head around fucking
How they figure that out.
yeah, like I just can't wrap my head around it. Like priors or not, like
Here's the thing I learned a thing I learned a long time ago was when it's cars, right? When it's cars, it's like so part of the fault they put on the vehicle, unless you intentionally drove over somebody.
Yeah.
If it's an accident, that's why those people are usually getting that vehicular homicide, which is 5 to 15.
yeah.
You know, and it could be anything on the left. If you did like they're saying that Suge Knight did or something and just ran over.
Attention.
See, now all the shit Suge Knight did, that I would give him the pass for. That one situation, that guy, they were trying to kill him. You know, and in that one situation, Suge Knight did good. You know, for like I don't think he was the antagonizer. They were trying to kill him, and he pulled off, and he ran like.
Yeah, that was
right.
You know, but yeah, like I said, there was a dude, Dante Starworth, used to play in the NFL. He was driving, drinking. Somebody stepped off in Vegas, I believe it was. Somebody stepped off the sidewalk and he smashed him, killed dude. You know, I forget the time he did, but when he got out, he was back in the NFL playing. You know what I mean? So it just shows you that if it's an accident, they put emphasis on accident. You know, but if it's intentional, it's a weapon, it's murder. Getting that time, yo. You know?
I mean, I guess I understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like, you can't control when you sneeze when you drive. So what if you're driving, you sneeze, and you hit someone?
Right. You know what I mean? Or you're driving and the brakes go or stupid happens or whatever.
Right.
They can't blame that on you, but still someone still unfortunately could get killed in the
What was the guy who played Ferris Bueller? What's his name? Matthew Broderick?
Matthew Broderick.
He kills drinking and driving. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, I'm trying. On August 87, while driving a rented car outside of Northern Ireland, Broderick crossed into the wrong lane and collided head-on with another car and killed a 28-year-old and her 63-year-old mother. So he killed 2 women. Yeah.
That's my thing. Like I'm telling you, I've drank, I've smoked, been a getaway driver. But at the end of all them shits, I still was a survivor. And what I'm trying to say now, what I'm saying on some real shit, I sat behind the wheel, like to the point where I was like, damn, I'm fucked up. Like I never did it. So
So I had a friend and Danger Zone podcast. I had a friend and he knew this girl and she was like leaving. She was like leaving, going home to where she lived. He goes, I want to like chase her down like a fucking romantic movie. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he's like, she's in New York. I said, I'll drive you to New York, bro. Fuck it. So we drove to New York. He met up with her. She got off the plane or didn't get on, whatever. And we all went drinking. We went to this club and it was cool in Manhattan. And it was like a club in an alley, but it was like done up and it had like palm trees and shit. It just looked crazy. And I remember drinking there. I remember standing there outside of it, looking at it, going, wow, this is dope. This is a cool spot. And then I remember being on the Lowell Connector. Bro, and I had for like 3 states. Like I don't remember fucking leaving the place. I don't remember anything. Like I blacked out. That's when that was like my wake up. Yeah, I can't. What the fuck? I can't do that. So that was the time I ever really drove drunk. That was the only time I ever drove drunk.
I've had friends. Shoot, I've had friends. Shoot, Guru was one of them. Unfortunately, where he obliterated vehicles, like maybe 3 or 4. Like I'm talking about, like total, right? You know, and he walked away from what was just basically scratched each time. Cars were straight, pancaked out, smushed, whatever. This dude somehow got out. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I remember I saved us one time because he was driving and I looked over. Something woke me up. Because I'm like, you drive, I'm gonna sleep a minute. We probably was smoking and doing whatever, you know, and I looked over and his head was on his chest, like sleeping, and the car was going straight. Like I'm like, he was locked like that. I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Then he wakes up. I said, pull over, because, dude, I don't know what it is, but every time I even maybe felt tired or was drinking at that level or whatever, which is really not a lot, but the times it might have felt that way, I wasn't gonna be driving. It just wasn't. I just didn't.
Oh, sleep driving? I'll do that every day.
Oh boy, the danger.
Drinking and driving? No.
Nah, I think sleeping and driving is worse. Cause like drinking and driving, you can be like, "Oh, I'm fucked up," but when
sleeping and driving, because how many times people, you know, when 18-wheelers pull over to the side of the highway,
yeah,
right, and, you know, sleeping dudes crashed into the back of that going full speed because they thought it was like a car moving. Like I read some shit where people fall asleep and smashing into those because they're just parked. And you're like, you fall asleep or you're getting sleepy. That's just crazy. You know, when you drive on the highway, though, when there's some parts, it's bright as shit, like daylight, you know, and tunnels and shit like that, you know, like somewhere, sometimes.
like
I always felt like, why can't the whole highway be like that? That might, you know, cut back on some like crashes and shit, whatever, you know what I mean? If you had that shit all bright like that, you'd probably be a different story, man, for real, because shit be happening. You ever drive on the highway and see them skid marks on there? And you're like, damn, when did that happen? Or what was the thing? I'm sure it was at night. Huh?
No, I'm looking at Mr. DL and the footage he's showing.
You look at what?
He's showing the assassin.
Oh, I didn't see him. I can't see. All I see is you.
Oh, you gotta switch your view to gallery view.
Me?
Yeah.
So
see, it keeps flipping back to you and him. That's all.
What were we talking about? What were we talking about?
Yo, now
You should be telling a story.
got me bugging now. See, y'all wilding, man.
So,
hey, we were talking about so what? No, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we were talking about, it's like so what to everybody's. Nah,
you got it?
Huh?
No. I don't think she heard me. What were you gonna say, Shug?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say some new shit. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my nephew DJ guy, number 42 on Michigan, because they did what you're supposed to do. They went and beat Ohio State for the 4th year in a row. And Ohio State was like, I think they might only have 1 loss or whatever, and they could have been number 1 or 2. maybe they were 2 or 3 or something, but they was up there. So they took them down. It was a great game too, 13-10. So, I mean, you're a top flying team that was supposed to score more than that, and it didn't happen. So congrats to TJ and the Michigan Wolverines, man. It was dope. Shout out to my son, Trumaine, who's going to participate in the FCS Bowl Sunday. You know, that's a big time thing too. So good your thing and what have you, and you know, and we keep it moving.
Where's the game?
The FCS Bowl, I believe it's in Florida and Daytona Beach area. You know what I mean?
Are you going?
Huh?
Are you going?
Nah, I'm gonna pull it on TV. I'm gonna pull it, watch it on TV, stream it, because he's because he's also gonna be playing in what do you call it? The Dream Bowl, which is in Texas, following month, which is another type thing. So probably go to that one. Right now it's just like all about these scouts and people checking stuff and him having some fun with it too and making career moves, but yeah, so shout out to them, and boom, boom, boom. Hey, and also, man, shout out to right about now, it's almost the end of the year. And as we reflect just a little bit, there's been a lot of music people listening to, and Spotify comes out with this rap thing to show you the numbers and stuff for the year for people who listen to Spotify. It's amazing to me because even when you're moving in the day-to-day or a different light or trying to create some new things, and you see that damn, 1 million people stream your music, or this many people are listening, and good or bad days for anyone, but it's always amazing to me and appreciative, you know what I mean? So I appreciate the listeners on Spotify, and keep listening. I see all y'all who got that Big Shook channel and all that stuff too. So I appreciate y'all, man. Got new music coming, man. New stuff coming out, man. So shout out to that. And also, hey, we got a few more days left in this year, man. Let's close out strong, do what we got to do. Be prepared for 2025, man. A lot of things gonna happen. So what you ready for? What's good?
You got anything, Tanya?
Did you hear about like SNL? Like the people were talking about like what they did with their first like check, or they were saying that they really weren't making that much. And Pete Davidson was one of the people that they were interviewing, and he said that they only make like $4,000 an episode. Like,
yeah, they only pay. The host only gets paid $5,000. The musical act probably makes out the most. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm going to say the musical act are who gets paid the most because they have to license their songs to be able to play them on the show, and that's going to be more than $4,000. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's wild. Yeah.
But yeah, like Shane Gillis, when he hosted, he broke that news. He said, yeah, the host only gets $5,000. And to me, if I'm a millionaire, I'm fucking famous. I'm not working for a week for $5,000. If I need SNL, if Dave Chappelle did not need SNL he did not need to host SNL to be more famous. Nate Bargatze, yes, that was perfect for him. Take $5,000 and now you're famous. Now everybody knows who you are. I didn't know who he was until he hosted that shit.
So I think what happens too is because it's such an iconic venue, so to speak, that it's one of them things like, it's like people performing at the Apollo in its heyday. It was like, I'm going to go ahead and be on Saturday Night Live because the exposure is going to be legendary. So then they do it. You know what I mean? Because that's how I see. Because me personally, I don't even watch it more like at all. Like, you know what I mean? I just who's on.
Not that good. I watch it. The women have been carrying the show for like 4. The women are they got a new batch of girls and guys, but mostly girls. Like a lot of the guys have been there for a while. The new batch of girls they got are really funny. They're actually really funny. 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was pretty bad. The show was.
When you say funny, do you mean like funny how? Like funny stupid? Like funny like funny?
Like they're a clown and they're here to amuse me.
Are they like clowns? Are they like female clowns, or are they like just funny? Like are they funny looking, or is it a funny feeling you get when you see them? When you say funny, I need to know. I need to know what the fuck.
They, I know you're joking, but they have good timing. All of
No,
it.
I know what you're saying. Hey,
They got it locked in. With SNL, you got to take SNL. Bro, SNL has brought us some of the most famous people of all time.
great.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to take that opportunity. Don't Kenan Thompson yourself. Take that opportunity. Be there for 3, 4, 5 years, and then be Will Ferrell. Then
Let me check.
Chris Rock.
Here I am. I go back with Saturday Night Live. Like, and you could say to me right now, and I'm going to say to you, Steve Martin. You know, I'm going to say Garrett Moore. You know, I'm going to say like the people who made this. What's his name? Bill Murray, right? Yeah. Say Eddie Murphy. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I rolled through, seeing like, man,
Eddie Murphy was important. All right, so those other guys were like the Bill Murrays and the Chevy Chases.
Yeah.
Like we can credit them. They're great. But I credit Eddie Murphy for the success of the show because that show was on for like 5 years. Those guys were good. Everybody thought they were funny. And then it kind of sucked. It just all those guys left. And then all right, guess the show this run its course. And then Eddie Murphy came in and he became so famous from that show. Made the show famous, and it made the show like legendary now. And now it'll never go away. That show will be on for 100 years.
I mean, like when you say that, like because it was so popular. It was so popular when Steve Martin and those guys were on, but all of them went on to be big stars, like big movies. Except for Garrett. Garrett might not have been as big as he was doing spot duty. Those dudes, they went on like, you know. So then it was that lull, like you said. Then here comes, look, we could sit here today and you think about the skits with Eddie Murphy, Mr. Rogers, Buckwheat, you know, James Brown. Like it was so much iconic shit that he did. You know what I mean?
Hot tub? Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. You know what I mean? You
well, let's get on this real quick. This is something I've always wanted to talk about. It's just not long. What was the best era of SNL? Because like let me just put them out there. We have the original era, the Bill Murray era. We have the Eddie Murphy era where he was kind of the only one.
Right.
The Mike Myers, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock era that had Norm Macdonald in it, and you know. Then we had the Tina Fey era that had Will Ferrell,
right.
Tina Fey. Then we had the Andy Samberg era. With you know, a lot of.
Here's the thing: how I look at it, because I watched a lot of it up to those points, and I look at it like it's still like they picked the right group. So they picked such a good group the first time.
Yeah.
You know, with those guys, Chevy Chase and Steve Martin and all those guys, that group they had right there. What was the woman's name? I forget. Damn. Anyway.
Gilda Radner.
Yeah. They picked the right group that was so powerful and funny and the skits and shit with that when the rest of them came along, yeah, it was great. Like you said, Eddie was the only one at that time really that made that show. But they had a whole group of people. And then as we went on, we got little stars here and there and what have you. But that group to me was so powerful that if you want us to start something, they picked the right group to start those guys and the writers. Because the writers are big on shit like that too, you know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned.
Like the Tina Fey years, like the main Tina Fey year was, look at all these people that were in this cast. Some of these people I don't like that much, but they're super fucking famous, bro. Seth Meyers was the low guy on the pole. He's like now the host of like one of the Tonight shows or whatever. We had Tracy Morgan, bro. So many people came from this show. So many people. Will Ferrell. Damn, there was just so many. I just was curious. That mine might be like the the late '90s probably I think is when it was hitting the best. The Norm Macdonald years, I think that was the funniest.
Mm. Well, like I said, I felt like there was a lot of funny times with it, but the jump off was so powerful. It was like, you know what I mean?
There's a movie out right. Oh, it already missed the theaters. I wanted to see it, but I didn't see it. It's called Saturday Night, and it's about the first show airing of Saturday Night Live.
That must have been wild. That's
Yeah.
probably
It'll be on streaming soon. I'll let you know when it drops.
that might be something new that we do. If we get together, man, and we'll watch a movie and get our take on that mofo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it'd be good to have a movie situation.
Yeah, see, that's something see right there, that got replay value for days, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
No
all right.
question, right. I just start like right now. I'm like, yeah, that's just dope. Like we check.
Like I'll watch a movie review of so and so Busta Rhymes talks about Jaws. I'll be like, I'll watch that.
Yeah,
Like
Jaws, one of the original Jaws, one of the corniest rides at Disney. But other than that, shit,
yeah.
I like what I'm just bringing this up, but I remember the motherfucker. I'm sitting in a boat, and they was in there with that scary shit, like adults and mostly adults on this. And the dude telling the story, he's narrating, and he's like, and it was dark, and then this anybody if you ever been there, so the scene is dark waters, raining a little bit, splashing, like it's mad real, like. And then when they say that shit about the shark, then this fake ass shark come out slow as hell. I'm sitting in this thing like this. I'm like, I know it's only like a thing, whatever, but it was so, and they was, I was like, come on, man. Yo, how much more time on this? But other than that.
It's not scary, but what I feel like the people who go on that ride are super like Jaws nerds, really. And what they're there to see is this shark and how the shark looked in the movie, the shark that they use. You know what I'm saying? But it is mad corny. I've been on it twice.
I might even, man, it was just, I'm on that thing like, yo. And I was liking the theatrics and all that. I mean, I was digging that for real. It's just the way that, when's the corny shit about to happen? Like, when is the thing coming? And then when it raised out of the water, how everybody jumped in that boat, I was like, come on, man.
I've never really seen Jaws.
Huh?
I've never really seen Jaws.
It seemed like it was more, when it was new, it was more raw. Like, it was more, damn, you almost felt like, yo, this shit's wild. I'm not trying to swim out there like for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
I think it's the first great movie. I think movies I can respect movies that came before it. I just don't feel like, I think Jaws was the tipping point for how people acted in movies. Before Jaws, people would act like this, and we're gonna go over here now. And they would act like they were on stage, because they kind of were. They were filming on sound stages in Los Angeles, filming these movies. And people, they used to stand mad close together. It was all lit weird, like too artistic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until Jaws came out. My personal opinion, I think that's the first great movie.
Well, isn't Jaws like a classic? Isn't it considered a classic?
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. It's probably top 10. I mean, top 100 all time.
But as a series, I also look at them Indiana Jones movies like that too, because they were so interesting, but they were active. Like it was crazy, and people like I mean, they just took to that movie. It's not even mad series or whatever movies that I've checked like that, but that one was particularly like, I felt the same with that. I was like, wow.
It's rated the 56th greatest movie of all time.
What's number one? I know it ain't top 10.
Number one. Yes, let's guess before I do it. I'm gonna guess either Wizard of Oz or Citizen Kane is gonna be number one. What?
Don't let it be what I just.
It's Shawshank Redemption.
That's Citizen Kane, number one.
Wow.
The Godfather, number 2.
Hey, I said that.
What was number? I didn't hear 3 or 4 because you went in and out.
Rear Window is 3, never heard of it. And Casablanca 4.
That's funny.
I've never seen I've seen. Wait, see The Godfather? I think I've seen every. I haven't seen any of them except The Godfather.
It's funny that you said what that first movie was, and then I'm thinking like it was the first movie, The Godfather, because watching that movie,
It should be Godfather's really good. So I'll give that maybe that might have came out before Jaws. If it did, I'll give it that, and then I'll give it.
that first Godfather shit, and the movies that followed too, cool, but that first shit was like, whoa, this shit. I mean, none of them were corny. None of the Godfather 1, 2, whatever. They just they went into each other nicely. You know what I mean? It
When's
wasn't.
the one where they go to Italy, right? And he gets married. Is that the first one?
I'm trying to think now.
That's the second one.
Yeah,
Oh.
the first one is when dude became like in the end,
Maybe I haven't seen The Godfather. I don't even know, man.
Al Pacino when he became the Godfather, like in the end, like that shit was so dope. Like it was man, or in the middle, like
Was it his dad? Is that
His
what
dad-
it was?
Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando
Yeah.
was the
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
And then they watched the movies as he got older. Then they transitioned to that dude. What's his name? Garcia. What's his name? His first name? Garcia.
Andy Garcia.
Yeah,
Oh, and I was like,
he wasn't even Italian, but he played that Max dude. He was nice in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
you know.
So I guess
it's time for the stupid as hell.
yeah.
Who could it be?
So this week's stupid as hell to me has to deal with like football because so it's controversial, but this particular player, or what's his name, Trevor Lawrence, was running the ball. Then he slid, and when he slid, Aziz Al Shair basically tried to take his head off, and so he knocked him out. Dude actually has a concussion. He's out for the rest of the season. But I feel like it's stupid because, like, first of all, that was his third offense or so. So he's suspended for like 3 games or something. And then the other dude was out, like, because you fucked him up. But if you see it, you can pull up. Like, you didn't have, he was already on the ground laying down. Right?
Yeah.
And being a football player, I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody says, and I played too. I was trying to get that extra, I'm gonna fuck you up or whatever, because you could get away with it. You know what I mean? Even like the quarterback, certain way, they're throwing a flag. But when I played, you could just dig your helmet in their back, all kinds of crazy. It was just terrible. So I
He
know
said it was terrible. Really love
intentional that he did that. And unfortunately, dude got knocked out, but I still think it's football too. I feel like, hey, man, that shit be happening. So people are saying, well, the quarterback was a runner, and if you know the rules, he was a runner, which they could be hit, of course, but not like that, dude. If you see it, he's laying down already. And dude came through and like knocked his whole shit back, and then dude froze with the hands in the air like that. So
Nah, that's excessive. Come on now. That's excessive.
you're suspended. To me, football is a game of hurt. Like, yo, when you run this way, if I try to bang the shit out, like just, man, hit you hard, right? I'm trying to make you be like, damn, I'm not running back over there. Like, cause
You already know that y'all got brain injuries. Why would you do that to make it even worse?
So,
that part I don't get. I get that when you're playing the game and all that, but nah.
dangerous game.
Like, when you're football, I mean, I don't play football, but your adrenaline's up, your testosterone's up, your everything's just up. Like you're up. You're going to feel people like they're on your face. That everyone. It's not like like you're up till the game's over.
Think about this.
Halftime must be rough. It must crash.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really.
That dude knocked the clock off, right?
You have a point there.
So he knocked him out, right? But think about it. So the guy he knocked out, he has like a $200 million contract, which most of that is guaranteed. So you're still paid, but damn, you're still taking punishment. And me, I just say that in this game, the way it's played today and all that, I feel like Aziz was some stupid as hell shit this week with that, because you just got to know what that is. You just got to know better. You know what I mean? Your team is a playoff team as well too. You know, you're needed. You know what I'm saying? You took your man's head right off. And I've had them tackles. I've had that shit like, yo, when I fall on it through, he's catching that elbow, right, or whatever. But today, like you got these fines, you got these penalties. You know, look, you're suspended for the next 3 games. Like now you can't come back till
And back in the day, there was like 6 cameras cover a whole game. You know what I mean? And for low resolution footage. Now you got maybe 500 cameras, fan cameras, cell phones and shit. You know, anything, dude.
every angle, man. So this week, man, you know what I'm saying? Like people can change what have to. This week, stupid as hell is man Aziz Al Shayir. Yo, you gotta know better. You know better, so you gotta do better, brother. You know, take that suspension. Let's get back, man, and make it happen. Trevor Lawrence, man, you know, hope you get well. I know your season's done, so you know they wasn't going to playoffs or nothing anyway. He's still getting his money, so he probably said, you know, why even try to come back in a couple of weeks? It's for now. You know, so we all here. Anyway, yeah, the real man with y'all chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? It's been real, never wrong, but a little bit too long. And so I'm gonna make like a rash break out. And yeah, right. Anyway, sure we get out of here. Remember, man, hey, you know, excuses have no purpose, so don't make them.
Don't make them.
We glow. So we continue to be here. We continue to have this continuous conversation about issues and pop culture, what have you. That's what we're doing. Hip hop, you know what the deal, sports, whatever. And like I said, you know, always check on your people and check on people that you might even know. You never know what they're going through, what's going on in their head and their families and what have you. And sometimes, man, at this time of year, too, these holidays, man, sometimes people are a little bit more secluded than normal, or you know, they might emotionally be down or whatever. Like, just check on everybody, man. Just make sure everybody's cool and we keep them moving and blessed by God, and you know the rest. Peace, peace, peace. On my dark days, you already know. Out.
Peace. What do I do here? Leave?